Hi and welcome everyone. I'm John Spear, founder and VP of Quality and Regulatory at Greenlight Guru. Congratulations, you've officially released your product into the market, but your work is far from being finished, and I'm guessing you probably already knew that. This episode will cover the final phase of the S.M.A.R.T methodology, the track phase. We will focus on the QMS processes you will need to implement after your medical device has been released into the market. I'll explain how you can track your post-market activities by assessing the performance and health of your quality management system. The previous episode covered the release phase, where you were preparing your quality management system for market release. If you haven't watched the episodes leading up to now, do that now. And while you're at it, subscribe to the Greenlight Guru channel so you're always up to date on all of our latest videos. The activities you take to monitor the performance and health of your QMS and your product's post-market activities are extremely important. So without further ado, let's get into the recommended steps to take during the track phase of our S.M.A.R.T methodology. All of the product information that is gathered within your QMS becomes a valuable asset during management reviews. The purpose of any management review is to assess the performance of your quality management system and to identify areas for improvement. There are several quality system procedures you will use to track the health of your QMS during this phase. One is corrective and preventive action, commonly referred to as CAPA. CAPA is one of the processes that consistently presents challenges to medical device companies. It's important to establish sound processes to avoid experiencing such challenges. Another procedure is analysis of data. Post-market data is gathered through a range of post-market surveillance activities. Post-market surveillance activities can provide incredible value to your company, plus regulatory bodies require you to do them. Lastly, you will utilize internal auditing. If you want to place your focus on quality rather than compliance only, then dedicating the time to conducting internal audits is essential. Make sure you have a defined, documented process for conducting internal audits. Document the scope of regulations and note which ones apply. For example, ISO, FDA, EU MDR, Health Canada, etc. This is how you build what goes into your processes. You can monitor the health of your QMS and products during this phase via the following: nonconformances. A nonconformance is an incident wherein your product has failed to meet specifications. Having robust internal procedures and a solid supplier management process can offset nonconformances, but they're still likely to occur at some stage. You should create a procedure that defines the roles and responsibilities associated with managing nonconformances. Another process is complaint handling. Complaints are inevitable. Despite your best efforts and cautious planning, it's bound to happen, and that's okay. These can present new opportunities for improvement when handled properly from a regulatory and business standpoint. Complaint handling regulations are defined in FDA 21 CFR, they're defined in ISO 13485, they're defined in EU MDR, Health Canada, and so on. All of these regulations stipulate the need to maintain a customer complaint file as part of your post-market surveillance activities. You also need to focus on defining adverse event reporting. A key aspect of effective post-market surveillance is soliciting customer feedback. Most companies are good at responding to customer complaints, but not many are proactive when it comes to reaching out for unsolicited feedback. I recommend setting up a plan to gather this feedback proactively. It can help you identify problems before they become systemic issues. Throughout this phase, you'll be identifying areas of compliance concerns and opportunities for improvement, both with your QMS and products. The outcomes from this phase can lend valuable feedback that can be used in the scope of process or product changes. Now, I hope you can see how the S.M.A.R.T methodology is a cycle designed to help you with continuous improvement. One common myth that I hear during the track phase is this: once a product is launched and QMS is implemented, you don't have to worry about updating your QMS unless there is an issue identified during an ISO audit or FDA inspection. Yeah, that's wrong. The reality is, if issues are identified during ISO audits or FDA inspections, yeah, you will need to take appropriate actions. And really, that's kind of the worst time to find these things out. The whole purpose of this phase is to identify issues and areas of concerns prior to these FDA inspections and ISO audits. When done properly, your tracking activities, including internal audits, will be considered world-class to any auditor or inspector. I recommend following these 3 best practices during the track phase to help you maintain the health and efficacy of your world-class QMS. Number 1, tweak and adjust your QMS for continuous improvements. Number 2, make sure your QMS stays simple and right sized at all times. And number 3, identify a handful of key performance indicators or KPIs and use these to help drive QMS improvement initiatives. And that concludes our 5 phases of our S.M.A.R.T methodology for building a world-class medical device QMS. But wait, there's more. And we've saved the best for last. I'll see you in the episode 7, where we'll close out this playlist by connecting all of the key concepts to build a compelling business case for true quality.